Dunn, Wetch. Drop of the puck, patter. Let's get at her. And the Rockets win it on right wing. Here's Guest. He'll send it deep inside the attacking zone right corner. Rockets force the issue. Puck won by Seattle and sent out to center Pakash. He'll try to move through the middle right across that Rocket logo. Pass in right wing Dunn. He'll scurry in. Takes a shot. Ooh, backhand. It scurried in front of Rudolph. And he gets a shot away in tight lip of the crease. And a save made here by Bettinger. He's going to hang on. Again to the right of the Rocket goaltender. Off the draw. Davidson, a shot deflected just wide. Came to the side. Martirana is in there trying to send out in front. Knocked away by Paulentine. He'll move it on right wing. And here come the Rockets down to center. Carson Wetch, the team captain for the Rockets, 19 years of age, named the first star in the game Wednesday up in Prince George. Had 3 assists in that hockey game. Playing at center ice, Wetch typically a winger, but again he played at center. As you may have heard on our pre-game show tonight as we had a chat with Kelowna Rocket head coach Derek Martin. Puck back inside the Seattle zone, deep left corner. Vargas, centering feed. Falstrom can't get a shot away. Falstrom, along with Caden Longley, lead the Rockets in shots on goal with 15. Puck to center. Mays will send in. And Bettinger the save. He'll hang on. Gets it right in the bread basket. The healthy scratch in Wednesday's game, but injected back in the Rocket lineup tonight. Here's Benson, left side center. Sends it deep inside the attacking zone. This is the KLO line that's out here right now. Benson out here again with Falstrom and Varga. Puck in front of the T-Bird net. No shot taken. It was blocked maybe by Cumby. Retrieved though here by Falstrom. Falstrom trying to send back behind the net. Knocked away. Halbertson gets it now. And he'll send right side center. Here's Englund. He's had a great season so far. Wrist shot off his off wing. And a save made by Bettinger. Goes over the glass and out of play. Cream. And yeah, he had a real nice start, not only to his WHL career, but again, getting off to a tremendous kickstart to his first full season in the WHL. Brock Englund. He wears sweater number 16 in a T-Bird uniform. Here's Guest back behind his own goal. He'll move at the left side. And now he'll rip it to center. Lane feed trying to accept right at the T-Bird line. That was a forward check initiated by Dawson Gerwing. Goes back behind the net. Moved up the far side board. Guest trying to keep it in. Went past him all the way down the ice. And here's Leslie. He'll hurry to it back in his own zone. Masden Leslie. Again, the only 20-year-old on the Rockets roster. Wears an A on his jersey. Stick handling. Still looking for his first goal in a Rocket uniform. A lot of success last year. Playing, of course, in Vancouver Giant colors. Puck to center right side. Won by Pakash. Then knocked away by Keurig. He'll move it on right wingers. A wrist shot. Long range attempt. That from Falstrom way wide. Went off the end board. Came back out to center. Rockets have it now. Gillespie, D-to-D, Sharp. Middle, Kanju. He can't handle. Puck goes all the way down. And this will go for icing. Is brought to you by OK Roof Revival. Puck back inside the Seattle zone. Pakash. Hit hard by Hartman as he tried to approach that T-Bird line. Goes back behind the goal, moved to the right side, and here's Pakash for Seattle, sends to center. So when you take a look to the Pakash, they're not brothers, they're not cousins, they're not related. You've got a Pakash for Kelowna and a Pakash for Seattle. Puck down to center ice, right in front of the timekeeper's bench. Came clean on left wing. Cumby, and the big man sends it back to the corner inside the Rocket zone. Board battle ensues. Martirana is in there, but knocked away by Sharp off the right wall to center. And there's Riley at his own line. Pass from Mays, left side center. He'll send it deep inside Rocket territory. Bettinger in the trapezoid, plays it near side wall. And here's Hiroki Goisek. He'll just send to the middle, nobody home. Al Palatine on left wing will now move to center. He'll try to gain the red line. I don't think he did. Dumps it all the way down the ice. Icing negated. Puck won by Kowalik, the former Rocket. Came to the blue line. Here's Corbeau's shot. And that went wide and pinballed in front. Rockets couldn't get to a secondary chance there on a favorable bounce. Puck came to center ice. We call that an Argo bounce. If you're a CFL fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you are not a CFL fan, Bartel, what have you been smoking? Puck came to center. Here's Varga away. He'll gain the red line. He'll jump it towards the goal. Stick save made. Remains in the corner. Whoa. Halbertson, I think, took body a little aggressively on a Rocket. Now fighting in the corner. Uh-oh. Halbertson's tough. Varga trying to come into engage. And so that's likely Calder Varga's first fight in the WHL. And he took on a real tough customer in Braden Halberton. Give Varga a lot of credit for standing in there. I mean, he took a couple of blows, but bottom line is you've got a man down in the corner that's actually Levi Benson. And so now we've got Scott Hoyer coming up to 10 to Benson to make sure he's okay. Forward Daniel Pakash. Face-off left the Rocket net and sent by Kelowna all the way down the ice. So again, Seattle goes to the power play for the first time in the game. 4.5 gone in the first. Again, no score. And Riley at the right side of his own goal. Ever Pakash. He'll move in on left wing. He's got it down low in the left corner. Matty Pakash for Seattle blue line. Riley, he'll fit to the right point. That's done. And now for Riley, he'll cock and fire. Shot blocked. It goes to Pakash at the left point. He can't handle. And the puck came back out to center. One here by Seattle as they take their time. Backpedaling at his own blue line, number 25. That's Ty Riley. Trying to move it in. Knocked away and sent all the way down the ice here by Kelowna. Nice job to vacate the zone here. Getting some short-handed unit time is Connor Pankratz, who already has 2 goals this season. He had 2 goals in over 50 games all of last year. Rockets win the puck in their own end, and they'll dump it the distance. Here's Riley. He'll take back behind his own net. Again, a power play chance for a minute here for Seattle. Yet to get a shot on goal here on the power play. Here they come now. Center. Here's Rudolph. He'll move in. He's got Kuzma to his left. He'll feed Kuzma the puck in the corner to the blue line again for Davidson. Davidson feeds off right side board. Here's LaRock. Moving it around the perimeter are the T-Birds. Here's Davidson. Long-range wrist shot blocked in front. Came loose. Here's a wrist shot in tight. That was maybe blocked. Goes back behind the goal. And gathered up by the T-Birds. Rudolph at the blue line. He'll get it now to the middle. And Davidson with it there. Trying to pump it to the corner. Knocked away by an active stick of Longley. Longley wins the desk. And he has it at center. And he'll just chop it deep inside the Seattle zone. 6 minutes gone in the first. And again, no score. Rudolph left side center, gains the line, rips it in. Bettinger can't play it. Remains in the corner. Came clean to the side of the Rocket goal. And gathered it back behind the net. That's Leslie. And Leslie will dump it all the way down the ice. That'll eat out the penalty here. And so now we'll play 5-on-5 as Hartman takes back behind the Seattle Thunderbird net. Key player not in the T-Bird lineup tonight is Braden Coots. He, of course, is with the Vancouver Canucks. First-round pick of the NHL's Vancouver Canucks. Played last night against Calgary. Canucks were a 5-1 winner. Coots played about 14 minutes in that hockey game last night. Puck down low right corner inside the T-Bird zone. Whoa, bobbling the puck at the side, I think was done. Went awkwardly off his blade, forced on the plane. The puck goes right towards the side of the T-Bird net. Sklonichka will actually make the save. He's going to hang on. Face off to the left of the Seattle Thunderbird net. Here's Gillespie, a feed here to Hiroki Goisek, knocked away. And now here's Hartman left side center. Back in with a chance. Left on. Rashad will score! Pipe it in! And the T-Birds have opened up the scoring less than 7 minutes in. Again, it was a quasi 2-on-1 for the T-Birds. And that odd man rush results in Brendan Rudolph. I thought maybe he had an opportunity on that play, but I think the finish came off the stick of, Caleb Hartman, his first of the campaign, his first of the season in terms of his first points. And the T-Birds on the board on their 7th shot on goal. So that's a nice start for this T-Bird team. It was a busy weekend ahead of them. Back at home tomorrow night, then I think back on the road on Sunday. I think it's a 3-game and 3-night weekend for them. Here come the Rockets back in. From a shot, hit the post, and then Longley a secondary try, and he whistled it wide.
The goal was unassisted. Time of the goal, 6:47. Seattle goal scored by Hartman, unassisted at 6:47.
Rockets almost retaliated with one of their own there. Real nice look again, hitting the iron. I think it was Folstrom on an attempt. And boy, Longley in there for the secondary chance. Caden Longley again has had a great start of the campaign. In fact, leads the Rockets in points coming to the game here tonight with 3 goals and 7 points, followed by Tomasz Politin, who's got 6 points in the year. Here's a shot coming from the near side. Glove hand grab made by the Seattle Thunderbird goaltender. Over 8 goals. And Dustin, if you're right, you're going to pick up a $100 GC from Chances Casino Kelowna. Off the draw, won by Kelowna. Here's Leslie, a shot blue line on the feed from Gaston. He sent it wide. Moved on left wing, in England will try to move the other way. Moves the puck here to LaRock, and he'll send it towards the Kelowna goal. Bettinger will play to the far side board. LaRock gets it back on his stick. LaRock is a 16-year-old here in the WHL. His father is a former NHLer, George LaRock. Remains the left corner. LaRock taken down. Penalty. This one going to Kelowna. Pushing and shoving here. In the corner, in the mix as well, is Cameron Kuzma. The original minor penalty was going to Kelowna, but I think maybe Seattle is taking a retaliatory penalty. More pushing and shoving. We've got, is it LaRock that got back up, I think, and he's in a So the draw to the right of Bettinger. Off the face-off, in skates, comes loose for Davidson. He'll propel towards the goal, then knocked to the mid-air by Bakash, but he worked it wide. He was blanketed by Sharp. Blue line Davidson waiting and holding. Again, we're playing 4-on-4. And, of course, we will for 2 minutes. Puck picked up here by Dunn, knocked away right at the Rocket line, and now Kelowna tries to move through center. Wetch can't handle, and now countering back in is Davidson near side wall. To Dunn, who lost it. Karams back behind the net, and gathered up here by the Rockets. Gast moves it out of center. Speeding. Wetch lost it to a backtracking Dunn. He'll move it on right wing. Dunn back in. Right hand shot. Wrister. Saved by Bettinger. Came loose. And then they've gone off the body of Bakash, the Seattle Thunderbird forward. And it goes right towards the Kelowna Rocket goaltender. He is going to hang on. So again, 1:23 remaining in the offsetting minor penalties. Being a 5-game suspension imposed by the WHL. So Loveson obviously not in the lineup here tonight. Will not play this entire weekend. It goes back behind the Rocket goal, and here's Henderson with it now. He's 17 years of age. And the Rockets taking out of center. Falstrom away with speed. He'll skate in. He'll load and fire. Shot blocked by Cumby. Cumby feels the wrath of that. Hurt on the play, but stays in play. Here's Corbet, the blue. Feeds off a close range. Falstrom back from net. Corbet. Corbet left face of Dutt. Now he'll move in. Backhand! And a save. What a chance for Corbet. He almost finished the deal there, but shut down by the rookie goalie. Blue line, here's Henderson. Henderson near side wall, getting it to Corbet. He'll try to power away from Hartman. Can't. Hartman, he'll get the puck here to Martirena, and he'll move out the right side. Martirena now to center. Dumps it to the side of the Rocket goal. Now gathered up by Caden Longley. Left-hand shot, 19-year-old. And here he comes the other way. He's got 3 men with him. He'll feed over to Henderson, who joins the attack. Back for Longley. Trying to stab it out in front, knocked away. And here's Martirena the other way, right side center. Here's Rudolph. He'll move back in. Going solo. Gets some help from Riley, who joins the attack. Here's a wrister, a weak one. And a stick save made by Bettinger. Remains in the corner. Rudolph centering feed, hit a skate blade of Paulatine right in front of the Rocket goal. Remains loose back by the net, and here's Sharp. He'll feed up to Henderson. He'll propel the puck to Longley. Right side center, Leslie. He'll gain the red. He'll poke it in. 10 minutes left here in period number 1. And again, 1-0. Seattle has the lead. Puck shuttled to center, and Kelowna has it down. Lead feed through the middle. Gillespie trying to move it to Longley. Knocked away. Miller dumps it to center for Paulinchuk. Paulinchuk lost it. Gillespie got it. He'll backpedal his own blue line. Pass in right wing Pankratz, and he'll sift it in. It goes back behind the goal. Move quickly up the far side. Larocque there. Larocque can't clear. Kept in. Here's a long range shot. Blocked. Left face up. Down. Here's a backhand. Weak one. And a stick save made by Slonichka. Came the blue line. Here's Gillespie. He'll load. Shot. Glove hand save made by the T-Bird goalie. And he's going to hang on. Shots on goal right now. Rockets trying to ramp it up, but Seattle has a 10-7 advantage. Year-olds to play in the NHL or to start the season in the National Hockey League. He'll likely come back to the WHL, you'd think. But again, he's getting more than a cup of coffee down there with the Vancouver Canucks, led by Adam Foote, former Kelowna Rocket head coach. In fact, last night between Vancouver and Calgary, the Canucks and the Flames, the first time ever that 2 former Kelowna Rocket head coaches played against one another. Ryan Huska for Calgary, Adam Foote for Vancouver. Puck to center ice. We got a penalty coming up. This one going to Seattle. Puck one here by Hiroki. He'll send to the corner and then slapped away by Carter Kowalik. And so the Rockets go to the power play. 8:37 remaining in the first. Coming to the game, rated 22nd in the 23-team WHL. Running at an efficiency rate of 10%. Puck came just towards the T-Bird blue line, far side board, and then Sharp trying to snap it to the corner. And I think it went awkwardly off his blade over the glass and out of play. On the right side. And the blue line, it'll be Varga. And that's Will Sharp flanking the left defensive position. Off the draw, one by Kelowna. And here's Sharp with a down pass on right wing for Varga. He'll gain the red line. He'll poke it in. Rockets again on Wednesday night. 0 for 8 with a man advantage. Puck won by Seattle and Wall. And Dunn dumps it all the way down the ice. Dunn is also a real good player. 26 goal man from last year. And amazing, he had a real slow start to the campaign 1 year ago. He had 2 goals in his first 17 games. And after that, really elevated. At one point in the season, Dunn had 7 goals in a 10-game stretch. And hence, that's why he ended the year with 26 goals in the campaign. Puck down low left corner, won by Benson. He'll go back towards the blue line. Here's Sharp with it down to the middle. Won't get a shot. He'll fade off here, far side board. Here's Varga with it now, down low, end wall. Here's a chip shot in front. Wedge in a backdoor play as Gerwing trying to set him up wonderfully and did, but just no conversion. Puck picked up by the Rockets. Here's Benson with it now, right side wall. Benson takes his time, gets away from Bakash. He'll poke it now to Sharp. Sharp is the left-hand shot, looks in. He'll feed to Benny. Left on Varga, a one-timer at the left face-off circle, but he whiffed on the attempt. Goes back behind the goal. Nice look here. In front! Backdoor play as Benson trying to send up. He tried to set up Wetch for his first in a Rocket uniform. Left on, here's Varga's shot. Rising drive of the left face-off circle, high and wide. Sharp, near side, Wetch for Benny. Benson trying to send cross ice for Varga, and that's picked off, and the T-Birds send it all the way down. 6:58 remaining in the first. Seattle with a 1-0 lead. Here's Wetch on right wing, enters the zone. He'll dump it back behind the goal. Rockets try to get to it. Pankratz is in there. Zerwa trying to get it free. Here's Leslie, right point, long range snapper wide. Left corner, Riley. Fended away here by Wetch. Power plays come to an end. Kowalik out of the box. Came the blue line, kept in by Guest. Right point now, Leslie. Leslie can't get a shot. It's taken away. And there's Mays, left side center. Back in. Squeezed away nicely by Guest. That's what you call great defensive coverage. Remains right corner. Here's Leslie. Right in front of his own net. Now he'll look for shelter behind his own goal. Again, if you just joined us, 6:14 remaining in period number 1. Seattle with a 1-0 lead. Here's Guest on left wing. He'll scamper now to center. Gains a red line. Sends to the right corner. And up the near side board. And here is Kanju Goisik with it now. Kanju, 17 years of age. Pankratz working hard down low in the right corner. I think that's Davidson that's in there for Seattle trying to work the wall. Logan Miller's in there. He's a rookie in the WHL. Blue line, a shot from Henderson, long range. Glove hand save made, and a stoppage of play. 5:45 left to go in one. The dot. Damage here with Caden Longley. Dunn booted out. Pair of 17s at the faceoff circle. Here's a shot from Kanju, and a left hand save made by the goaltender, Skolichka. Came the blue line. Here's Corbet. Dancing with it now. He'll scurry to the right face-up dot. Nice move in front. Can't get a shot. Here's the drive. And it deflected wide as maybe a secondary chance there coming for Kelowna. But boy, Nate Corbet, 2 great chances here tonight. Rudolph has the puck now center, and he'll just send it right towards the goaltender, and a save made by Bettinger. And he's going to hang on. Interviews with players, coaches. We got video. Why not join our Instagram? We got the Facebook page as well. You name it, we got it. RocketFan.ca. Puck down low in the left corner. That's inside the T-Bird zone. It's won here by England. He'll move the other way. Now through the middle for Kuzma. Back for England. He'll cock. He'll fire. Took a shot. Missed it. As it went wide. May have been blocked. Remains against the near side. Gillespie there. Gillespie trying to get away from a check. Initiated here by Kuzma. And now it comes loose here for the Rockets. And here's a good job by Will Sharp to backhand it off the near wall. Gets it all the way down. And this will go for icing. Major Leagues of Baseball, the playoffs continue tonight. If you're a Seattle Thunderbird fan listening in or watching in on Victory Plus tonight, right now it is 2-2. Mariners, Detroit Tigers. Big weekend, but I said, honey, no turkey, we're watching baseball. And that didn't go over very well. Puck in the right corner. It's inside the Rocket zone. Good job here by Zerwa. We're trying to work that wall. In there to help out is Mays. Mays has it on his stick. He's a left-hand shot. He'll try to feed it down low, but intercepted by Kelowna. And it's moved all the way down the ice here by Will Sharp. Race for it now, and here's Gerwing with it. Sharp angle shot. Rising drive and a low percentage of play, but again, nice save made by the young goalie. Puck came to center ice right side. Here's a late feed right wing out of the reach of a T-Bird. It goes back behind the goal, Leslie. He'll poke the puck here to Guest. He'll move on the right side, trying to move that puck here to Kelowna's forward Politine. He'll move it on right wing, and here's Hiroki Goisik. He'll poke it back by the goal, and Rudolph on the right side of the T-Bird net. Pass on right wing, Martirena. Gets it out to center. Joining the attack, Kowalik. Hooked from behind here by Wetch, but play continues. He goes back behind the Rocket goal. Look out, Rowan Guest hit on the play here by Forecheck, initiated by Martirena. And now Guest got it back on his stick. Moves the puck to Wetch. Now through the middle. And Leslie is going to join the attack. He'll move left side. Moves it back inside T-Bird territory. He'll get it back behind the goal. Kowalik plays with the corner for Dunn. Dunn tries to work the wall. Lost the puck. board battle ensues. Koala got it free, then hit by Wetch. Retrieved now in the right corner by Leslie. He'll pinch. Leslie trying to get away from a check. Good job by Leslie. Again, he's a right-hand shot. He'll go to the blue line for Palatine, but kept in nicely by Hiroki, who's dumped on the play. He'll get it back behind the net, and Wetch is there. Wetch trying to jam it forward, knocked away by Hartman. He'll steal, and he'll get it to center for Dunn. Dunn with it now, gains a red line, pokes it back upon the goal. 3 minutes left to go in one. And again, the T-Birds have a 1-0 lead. This period, by the way, brought to you by Paladine Securities, making the world a safer and friendlier place. Here's Corbet getting the red line. He'll dump it back behind the T-Bird net. Cumby got it free. Cumby, you may remember him last year playing with Wenatchee. Puck came to center ice. McCash knocked away by back-checking Corbet, who moves it out of Benny in. He'll take a Fulstrom a shot. Had a nice save. Rebound there, reeled in. And we get a stoppage. Skolnika did a great job to make that save off of Owen Fulstrom. He had a great scoring chance at the right face-off circle. When it comes to mathematics, not exactly in my wheelhouse. Face off to the left again of the T-Bird net. Moved on left wing, sent to center. And gathered up here and moved deep inside the attacking zone by Zerwa. Goes behind the goal. Here's Sharp trying to move that puck. It's deep in the corner. Gillespie shielded away. Wetch is in there for some support as well. And gathered up here by Zerwa. Zerwa wearing sweater number 18. He's a new face on this Seattle Thunderbird roster. At least I don't remember him from a year ago. Picked up against the near board, won by Kelowna Sharp. He'll try to move that puck here to Palatine. Went off his skate blade and a race for in the right corner. The Rockets get to it, and Wetch will take it out to center. Wetch had 33 goals last year for Calgary. Skates in too quick right side. Maybe Sharp blown dead on the offside, and no penalty. That was after the whistle, a slash. And this one may go to Seattle, and Kelowna may go to a late power play chance. Yeah, the penalty is going to be going to Holberton. The whistle being blown. And so we'll see what the Rockets can do off the face-off. Won by Kelowna. Sharp now right point. Far side board for Varga. Shielded away by Hartman. Retrieved to the blue by Sharp. Shot blocked by Martirana. Came to the side. Benson a shot on a backdoor play. Nice save made. Skolnika coming up large here. Remains in the right corner. That's inside the Seattle zone. West tries to get it free. Again, a big-time scrum in the corner. Benson is in there trying to get it loose as well. Puck won by Cumby. Tries to power his way back behind the net. He tried to move up the right side, but harassed from behind by Benson. And also in there is Dawson Gerwing. Remains loose in the corner. Two big boys in Cumby and Gerwing. Both those players easily over 210 pounds apiece. Goes back behind the net. Here's Martirana with it now. He'll send it all the way down the ice. Under 1 minute left to go here in the frame. And again, Seattle with a 1-0 lead. Kelowna on the power play here for another 1 minute. Technically 1:02. Puck came to center. Sharp left it here for Palatine, but almost intercepted and taken away here by Eglin. But the Rockets finally get it free, and they move it down low left corner inside T-Bird territory. It looks like Bakash lost his stick on the play. Gets it again. He'll move on right wing. Gets away from Wetch, but intercepted by Kelowna, and they'll try to move it down low. Palatine inboard. Palatine with it far side. Moves it to the blue line for Leslie. Leslie trying to gun it down low for Longley. Longley with it now. Longley had a short-handed goal in Prince George the other night. To the right corner. Centering feed. Wetch tried to hit a man, but knocked away. And now short-handed with 8 seconds remaining. Here comes England back in. Right dot. Nice move. In front. Here's Bakash. A chance. And then the Rocket net has been knocked ajar on the backtrack for Kelowna. I'm trying to see if it was 20 or 21. The Rocket player that crashed into the Kelowna goaltender on the backtrack did a good job from preventing that puck going into the net. That could have been a buzzer beater. 1.9 seconds left in the period. And a draw to the left of the Rocket netminder. Mays at the faceoff circle with Jackson Keurig off the draw. Rockets send to center, and that will lead out the period. So early reminiscent from what we saw Wednesday when Prince George had a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. Here tonight at Prospero Place, Seattle 1-0 lead after 1 period. The Rockets yet to score a first period goal this season. Shots 14 for Seattle, 12. Okay, kicking out the second period. Rockets on a power play for 10. And the puck inside the Kelowna zone. Here's Leslie with it now, and he'll look to center, looks to his right. He'll feed off here to Hiroki. He'll penetrate. Feeds off here to Palatine. Right corner again for Hiroki Goisick. A Nashville Predator draft pick. He'll feed left on Palatine. He'll load and fire at the left face-off circle high wide. Power plays come to an end. Now we play 5-on-5. Done a steal from Leslie, and a hurrying to a puck back at the Rocket line. A race for it there. Guest will win it. He'll move it to right wing, and here they come back in. Here's Hiroki trying to dump it out in front. Just out of the reach of Wetch. In the corner, Halberton with it now, trying to poke it off the wall. Can clear. Sharp kept it in. Feeds here to Wetch. Backhand right towards the net. Knocked away by Cumby, and a lifted back out to center ice. Rockets have it now. Gillespie trying to rifle it back inside the offensive zone. May have hit somebody on the Rocket bench. And so the play has been blown dead. Not the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series. Pick your poison. From a travel perspective, the Jays going to Detroit would be sweet, but man, how about playing Seattle in the American League Championship Series? That would be really nice for the folks out west. Out here in BC specifically, a lot of Jays fans out here, and man, they could travel across the border down to Seattle to watch the Mariners and Jays go toe-to-toe. I understand that series is what, a 2-3-2? It's a 7-game series, first 2 games in Toronto. Game 1 is Sunday, by the way. Puck picked up here and moved by Seattle to center, that being the T-Birds, not the Mariners. It's back inside Seattle territory, and here's Riley with it now. And he'll try to move it through the middle. Poked away by Gillespie. Puck high in the air. Bit of a jump ball. Won by Longley near side. He'll send to center. Left wing trying to move in. Varga handcuffed at the line. Now Benson will give it a try. And he can't get away from a check. Came loose. And the T-Birds now Mays will get it to center. It leaves it back towards the Rocket blue line. Here's Henderson. D-to-D Corbet. Right side. Pakash will move in for Kelowna. Pakash, wrister. Save. Rebound! And a golf chip shot by Kanju. He did not get lateral velocity on it. Then is it Pakash that gives Kanju a hug and then wrestles him to the ice surface. And so maybe a penalty coming up here. A roughing minor going to Pakash. It looked like what you'd see almost at the Calgary Stampede. It was like steer wrestling. The power play brought to you by Bargoon Cabinets, helping the Okanagan save on cabinets one slap shot of savings at a time. Off the draw, one by Kelowna. Leslie right point. Left point now for Hiroki. Back for Leslie. Left out Hiroki. Guns it down low. Longley. Longley behind the net. Sent it out in front, out of the reach of Wetch. It actually went to his left. He couldn't handle it because it's a right-hand shot. And the puck comes all the way down the ice. And there's Leslie right in front of his own nets. Leaves it here, and accepting is the Rockets' Hiroki. Goisick, and he'll move in right corner. Sharp angle attempt, worked it wide. Near side, Longley can't handle, and the puck came to center. Here's Dunn. Dunn got away, or couldn't get away from Wetch. He does a good job on the backtrack. And the Rockets have it out. Leslie in front of his own net. Backhand feed, Paulantine. Right side center, Hiroki. Hiroki Goisick back in. He'll feed over to Longley. Longley goes cross ice, picked up. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. And here they come now to center. Here's Englund on right wing, short-handed the shot. And a save made by Bettinger. Nice stop here by the rookie goalie, making his WHL debut. Here's Longley left wing, enters the zone, shielded away, remains in the corner. Koala got it free, and he'll move it to his friend, that being Sawyer Mays, and he'll dump it the distance. Here's Sharp, he'll take back behind his own net. Will Sharp puts on the binders. He's an LA King draft pick. Will Sharp through center. Last year he wore sweater number 10. This year wears sweater number 19. I asked him why the number change. He said just because he wanted to. And I said I accept that answer. Remains the right face-off circle. Sharp, blue line, Benson, back for Sharp. Sharp has it far side board. Blue line again for Benson, back for Sharp. He'll take a shot high wide off the glass, and he'll carry him with velocity all the way down the ice. Rockets on a power play for 20, so one last dash here as Benson has it down his own line. Feeds it back to Sharp. Right wing Varga with speed, moves in. He'll feed off here, left face-off circle. That to Kelowna Rocket forward Will Sharp. Far side board Benson, he can't handle it. Karams past him, back out to center, so the Rockets will not score on the power play. Pakash out of the penalty box here for Seattle. As a race for it down low inside T-Bird territory. Pakash will not get back by the goal. Riley will hurry. Riley will move it off the far wall. Kept in blue line. Long range shot. Henderson blocked. Riley got it back on his blade. And he'll backhand it to center. Here's Nate Corbet. Corbet chops at it. Keeps it at center. Near side wall. And Corbet gets it back on his stick in his own end. He'll backpedal again. D to Henderson. Henderson now right side lead feed out of the wheelhouse of Bakash. Remains left corner. That's inside T-Bird territory. Pancratz can't get to it. Gathered up here by Bakash. Matty Bakash here for Seattle to center. Lead feed done. He'll gain the red line. He'll poke it back by the goal. Shots on net right now. Seattle 15. Rockets 14. Here's Corbin left side center. Back inside the zone. Rister. Blocker save made. Skolnikia remains loose right side wall for Guest. He'll backhand it behind the goal. Cumby takes body and he knocks down Pancratz back behind the net. Blue line. Here's Bakash's shot way wide. Out of the T-Bird net. Davidson is there. Davidson back behind his own goal. And he'll just wait. And he'll move at the left side. Forced from behind the net by Kanju Goisik. Right side center Larocque. He can't handle right at the Rocket Blue. He tried to slash it down low right corner. Successful in doing so. Inboard now Guest. Near side for Palatine. Cross-ice feed. Hit a skate blade. And Larocque will give it a try. Larocque is an Edmonton kid. Trying to send to the corner and did. Here's Longley. Gets it to the near side wall. Polachek is forward, checking hard. A penalty coming up here. Does this one go to Polachek? Oh, both guys are going to go. A dive and a hook. And so I think that's what's going to happen here. Offsetting penalties. And yeah, we're going to play 4-on-4 for the second time in the hockey game tonight. Number one, well, the Tips would advance because they were the number one seed, but Seattle gave them a big time scare. In fact, Seattle won games 1 and 3 in that series, if I'm not mistaken. Tips were, yeah, scared, and man, they were almost upset. T-Birds almost upset the apple cart. Okay, 4-on-4 play, and here come the Rockets left side center. Here's Wedge back in. Gets away from a check of Hartman. He'll go to the blue line. Gillespie feeds off. Right down here. Sherba shot. And a right pad save made. Skolnikia does a nice job to get a right pad down off of that low shot as the Rockets had a real good look offensively. Trying to dent the twine here tonight. It's Cumby now to center. Lead feed knocked away. Won by the Rockets. Gillespie. He'll get it to Corbet. He'll move it on left wing. Fullstrom, but intercepted. And Hartman moves back in. He's got Kuzma with him. It's dumped to the right corner. Kuzma is on the forecheck. Goes back behind the Rocket goal. Gillespie at the right side. He'll get it out of center ice. And here comes Owen Fullstrom. He'll move in. 17 years of age. Puts on the brakes. Has it on the backhand. He'll go back towards the blue line. Knocked away. Can Fullstrom keep it? Yeah, he will. And he'll knock it back behind the goal. Varga. Fullstrom out here right now. Again, we're playing 4-on-4. And we will for 42 seconds. Puck came to center. And there's Fullstrom on right wing. He'll move back in. Blanketed by Riley. And he'll just send to center. Corbet left wing. Gets the puck to Varga. He'll try to move in. Puts in the brakes. Tries to get away from Davidson. Varga holds. Cross ice feed. Here's Henderson. The chance. Here's the shot. He hit the side of the net. Henderson got it back on his stick. Rotating the blue line. Near side for Varga. Varga left face of circle down the middle. He'll take a wrist shot. Blocked by Riley. He got it right in the gut. And it came back out his center. Here's Longley right wing. Longley hit off it by Kuzma. One on right wing. Guest will join the attack. What the heck? He'll take a wrist shot. Blocked. He'll try to race to it against the near board. Won by Egeland. He'll send a center. Polachek out of the belly box, as is Leslie. And so now we play 5-on-5. Again, 8 minutes gone here in the frame. It is a 1-0 Seattle Thunderbird lead. It remains left corner. And here's Palatine in his own zone. Tomash. Palatine to center. Gains a red line. Wrists it in right corner. And gathered up here by Kanju. Kanju tries to sidestep a check. Can't get away from Kowalik. Remains against the end board. Hartman ties up Kanju. Kanju tries to get it loose. He'll sift it to the blue line for Sharp. He'll feed to the right point for Corbet. Corbet dancing away from Bakash. He'll send to the net. Knocked away by Hartman. Hartman on the left-hand shot. He'll just flare to center. And gathered up here by Sharp at his own blue line. Pass near side. Moving in. Kanju had Palatine with him. It goes to the side of the net and gathered up by Carter Kowalik, who's outmuscled by Palatine. Palatine deep in that right corner. He'll go back towards the blue line. Waiting. Leslie shanks away one man to the middle. Wrister. Save. Or is it blocked in front? It's blocked. Actually didn't get towards the goalie. And a move by Seattle to center. Mays, left wing. Here's Matty Bakash. Skates in. Rising. Drive high wide. Near side. Kelowna gets to it. It's at center. Gerwing away. Gerwing tries to move in. He attended the LA King training camp on a free agent tryout. He'll dump it back by the goal, move it up the near side, and Martirena to center, gains the red. He'll poke it to the right corner. And there's Leslie. He'll hurry deep inside Kelowna country. Has it against the near board, gets it to Guest. Center for Gerwing, tries to shield away a check. Moves the puck back to Guest in the center ice area. He'll knock it in far side wall. Collected by Pankratz, a long range shot. I'm not sure if it got through. Came loose here for Seattle. And they move it to center ice. Nice hit here in the center ice area. Guest on Halberton. LaRock gets it free, though. He'll dump it to the end wall. Inside the Kelowna end. Moved up the near side board by Pankratz. Gets it to Gerwing, now right side center. That's Jackson Keurig. Shot towards the net, blocked by Davidson. Retrieved here by Gerwing. Trying to snap it out in front. Rockets having a hard time getting shots on goal here in the period. In fact, the shots right now, Rockets lead in that category 16-15. To the blue line, here's Henderson. Left point, Corbet. The shot, the save, the rebound! And a save made. Skolnichka is going to hang on. Flare up at the side. It's taken back behind the net. In there in the mix here for Seattle is Rearin. And the Rocket that was also in the mix, Dawson Gerwing. And that should not come as a surprise. We got a timeout on the ice. About 10 minutes remaining in period number 2. Seattle with a 1-0 lead. You may be watching on Victory Plus tonight. Whatever the format is, if you're enjoying what you're watching or listening to, tell a friend. And if you don't, keep it to yourself. Here's a shot coming in tight. Nice save made here by Bettinger. That one coming of Eglin, who vies for his 5th goal of the campaign. Should mention that it is actually a Seattle Thunderbird power play. That is critical to mention that. So the Birds go to the man advantage. Again, the penalty kill for the Kelowna Rockets brought to you by downtown Kelowna. Martirena, wrist shot at the right face-off circle. And a save made by Bettinger. He's going to hang on. Small body of work so far. Young season just underway, and those numbers likely will not plummet significantly, but will likely be dampered somewhat. Dunn out here. Martirena tries to win a puck near side board. Blue line for Dunn. Dunn, by the way, had 2 goals against Kelowna last year in the seasonal series. In fact, Dunn had 2 goals and 2 assists in the 4 games. He goes back behind the net, back behind the Rocket goal. Near side board, Martirena. Martirena's a right-hand shot. Blue line, Riley. Riley feeds off to Dunn. Back to Riley. Here's the shot. Blocker save made in the puck in the corner. Won by Dunn again. And Dunn will take his time, rotating blue line. Feeds off here to Riley. Riley guns it down low. Pakash there. Chipping it to the right face of Dunn for Martirena. Went off his boot of his skate. And picked up by the Rockets' Wetch. And he'll get it all the way down. Again, 8:49 left to go here in the second period. 1-0. Seattle has the lead. The second period brought to you by Scandia. Here comes O'Rourke back in. He gets some power play time. He's being watched upon here by Jackson Keurig. Remains right corner LaRock, and he'll poke it or try to behind the goal. Oh, it came out in front awkwardly. It went off the end wall and caromed right out in front. Bettinger was looking to his right. He thought the puck was going to go behind him, behind the net, I should say. So he's looking the wrong way, but Seattle could not capitalize. Puck down low in the left corner inside the Rocket zone. Again, Seattle on a power play for 8 seconds. Remains to the left point. And then gunned down low. Here's a chance. LaRock on the side. And a glove hand save by Bettinger. He's going to hang on. LaRock with a chip shot. Trying to beat the Rocket goaltender. And Bettinger made a real nice save there. Marcus LaRock did score his first career WHL goal. That would have been in Penticton back on October the 4th. So check on that video. We talked to the Americans and the Rockets roster. We did a little Canadian trivia with them. Here comes Fulstrom back in right wing. Trying to send out in front. No shot taken. Race for it near sideboard. Gathered up here by Corbet. Corbet had chipped off his stick and it came back out to center. Here's Henderson out his own line. He'll backpedal, and he'll actually force back behind his own goal. Leaves it now for Nate Corbet. Corbet at the left. Feeds here on left wing Henderson. Henderson trying to chop it away from Hartman. Moves the puck here to Varga, and Varga takes it to center. Varga getting involved in a first period fight with Halberton. Halberton 12 fighting majors last season. Varga 0. Puck down low left corner inside the Rocket zone. And here's Sharp on the left side. Long bomb pass to center. Benson can't handle. And it goes all the way down the ice. It'll go for icing. 7:07 left to go in the second. And again, Seattle has a 1-0 lead here in Kelowna. Shot coming. Martirena drive from long distance. Just inside the blue line. Nice save by Bettinger. And the puck came to center ice. Here come the Rockets. Wetch back in for Benson. Back for Wetch in the middle. Can't get a shot away. Here's a chance at a broken play. Shot from Hiroki. The right face-off circle high wide. Left point Sharp. Near side Benny. Benny a drive wide. Wetch will try to stab it out in front. Can the Rockets keep it in? Sharp will give it a try. Lost it though to Riley. And Riley will take it to center. Pass on right wing. Pekash try to move in. He can't get away from a check. Will Sharp takes body on him. Anna Benson gets it. He'll flare it to center. Done there. Trying to move back in. But I think had he, it would have been called on what we like to call offside. Here's Gillespie in his own zone. Pass on right wing. And deflected by Hiroki back behind the net. Getting to it. Working hard. Down low for Kelowna. Trying to stand out in front. Pekash. Now for gets the shot. Side. Backhand. And a save made. What a great chance for Kelowna to make it 1-1. But again, they can't convert. Remains loose near side. Longley with it there. Chops it to the side of the goal. Here's Riley back by the T-Bird net. Pass on left wing. LaRocque. And LaRocque will send to center. Leslie at his own line. Forced in the play. He'll take in front of his own goal. Pass on left wing Longley. He'll go back here quickly to Kanju. In for Bakash. He'll send towards the net blocked. Kanju on a broken play. Worked it wide. Far side Leslie. He'll load. He'll fire. Shot and a save made. Puck at the side. Behind the goal Longley. Longley trying to jam it out in front. Can't get it there. Left wing T-Birds have it and moved by Rudolph to center. Lead feed. Rudolph tries to move in. Chopped off his stick. Fractured play. And of the Rockets, Kanju has it far side board. Pass on left wing, and here comes the cash for Kelowna. Sends it to the net. Stick save made. Skolnica remains loose right side. Halverton trying to clear can't. It's poked back behind the T-Bird net. Moves up the near side. Here's Englund. Englund a lead feed. Went off a stick, I think, of Corbet. And goes left corner. Henderson behind the goal for Nate Corbet. Corbet out the left side. Gets it here to Gerwig, and he'll send to center ice. 5 minutes remaining in period number 2. And again, 1-0. Seattle has the lead. Far side. Here's the Rockets now. Pay cracks it a one-time shot and blocked in the play by Halverton. Now one here by Englund. He can scoot and skate. He'll move in on right wing with speed. He'll cut to the net. Here's the shot. And he worked it wide. Came out in front. As he didn't give up on the play. Did Englund. But no shot taken. Rockets now scamper the other way. Here's Gerwig back in on left wing. Tries to go wide on Riley. He'll take back behind the net. Then he's cut down. Play continues. Remains inboard. Wetch is in there. Trying to get away from a check. Carter Kowalik will take body as well. Puck came to the side of the net. No shot taken by Hiroki. Moved on left wing, and the T-Birds take it back out to center. Pass on left wing, Kuzma. Kuzma right in front of the T-Bird bench. Can't move it in. He'll give it another try. If you're not successful the first time, try again. Neutral zone play. Left wing. Here's Hiroki. Back in. Wetch. He'll wait and hold. Trailer chest. Politina shot. And a save made. What a stop. Skolnichka has come up large here when called upon. These are two Czechia residents. Paulentine trying to score his team leading 5th. And his countrymen shut him down. Remains loose. Here's Dunn. Dunn taken down just inside the Kelowna Rocket blue line. Big time scrum penalty. Who does this one go to? You've got a Rocket down on his back. A T-Bird on top. We'll wait and see. It looks like the Birds will be penalized. Rockets back to a power play. Under 3 left to go into 1-0 Seattle the lead. A right hook to Hiroki Goisek when Goisek was down on the ice. Both guys stumbled to the canvas. But again, that little over-aggressive play results in Kelowna going to the power play for the 5th time in the game. Power play brought to you by Bargoon Cabinets. Face out to the right of the T-Bird net. Martirana can't clear. One here by Hiroki. Goes cross ice, hit a stick, and came back on to center. And here's Carson Wetch with it now. Back to Paulentine in his own zone. Hamash Paulentine will take it out of center. New York Islander draft pick, a 4th rounder. He'll feed up to Longley near side wall. And he'll send down low right corner. And here's Carson Wetch, a 3rd round pick of the San Jose Sharks. He'll try to move it back behind the net, and a saucer to Longley who can't handle. Mays will retrieve. And the T-Bird forward gets it all the way down. Here's Leslie. He'll take back behind his own net out the right side. Masden Leslie attended the Vegas Golden Knight training camp this fall. Moves it here to Benson. Benson tries to move in. He lost the puck. And Englund with it now. He's got good speed. Skates in. The chance. Nice defensive play by Paulentine. He did a great job to, again, outrace Eglin. Eglin had a step on Palatine, but Palatine showed good wheels and great acceleration. Here's Wetch on left wing. Sends it down low right corner. Here's Varga. Varga, near side, collected by team captain Carson Wetch. Right point Leslie. Left dot Benson. He'll take a shot wide. Remains right corner. And there's Varga with it now. Varga tried to jam it to Longley. Intercepted by Riley. Riley can't clear. Remains at the side of the net. Now came out in front of the T-Bird goal. And gathered up and sent all the way down the ice nicely by Zerwa. And here is a chance down. Rockets take it to center. Will Sharp for Varga. Cross-ice delivery for Henderson. He'll join the attack. He'll move it in. Under 2 left to go in the frame. 19 seconds left in the Rocket power play. Henderson down low, trying to chop it away from Rudolph. Behind the net, Benson. Centering feed, Varga kicking a shot away. Will Sharp at the left point. Corner, Varga. Varga waiting and holding. He's forced off the puck here by Martirena. Leaves it for Sharp. Goes back to blue line for Varga. Power play's coming to an end. Varga blue line for Sharp now. Waiting, holding, shot wide. Far side, Henderson. Behind the net for the winning Kanju. Try to send it out in front. Intercepted by Dunn, and he's away at center. Dunn has got Martirena with him. And Rudolph. Moving in, Dunn. Backhand. Worked wide. Goes back behind the net. And there's Sharp. Sharp far side. Pankratz. Pankratz will chip it off the wall. Safe play. And he'll get it back out to center. Remains right in front of the T-Bird bench. And now one at the Rocket line by Henderson. Far side board. Cross-ice delivery for Will Sharp. And Sharp will take back behind his own net. Under 1 minute remaining here in the period. Thank you, Bill. Bill Barnes, the public address announcer here at Kelowna Rocket home games. The voice of God remains in the right corner. It's down low inside the T-Bird zone. Mays will try to get it. He'll stab at it, and he'll get it past Corbet back out to center. Corbet neutral zone. Pass on left wing. Here for Keurig. He'll knock it in. Moved by the goaltender at the right side. And here's Halverton right side center. Gains a red. Pokes it back behind the goal. Here's Gillespie with it there. Shielded away by Kuzma. Kuzma to battle with Gillespie. Gillespie did a great job of recover. He'll move out the right side. And off the glass, and he gets it to center. Lean feed for Wetch. He can't handle. Bouncing puck. And he'll give it a try. Here comes Keurig back in for Wetch. And a rising drive high wide. Boy, Jackson Keurig sent the puck here again to Carson Wetch. Right idea, but Wetch missed the target. Here's Kowalik in his own zone, can't clear. Kept in blue line, long range shot wide, came out the other side. Hartman with it there, can't clear. Rockets forcing the issue here at the buzzer, and time will expire. So after 40 minutes, with a flare up in the left corner inside T-Bird territory, Seattle will carry a slim 1-0 lead into the third period. Again, more pushing and shoving here. In the mix, Dawson Gerwing for Seattle. He's lost his helmet on the play. That would be Cameron Kuzma. And I don't think penalties will come up here right at the 20-minute mark. Shots on goal in the second. 9 for Kelowna, 8 for Seattle. Overall shots in the hockey game. T-Birds with 22, Kelowna with 21. Game. 1-0. Seattle has the lead. We are underway. And the puck sent to center left wing. Out of the range of Rudolph. One here by Wetch. He'll move back in. Rockets again. The third period Wednesday night in Prince George was something to smile about. Let's see if the Rockets can rally here. Again, they're only down by 1. Puck now sent to center. Leslie picks up a pass, but retrieved it by Rudolph, who's handcuffed by Palatine. Skates in right dot, trying to move away from Cumby Cat. And here's Hiroki with a sharp angle wrist shot. Save made. Rebound to the side. And it'll be Olnika to make that stop. And then Wetch taken down right in front of the goal as tempers start to flare. But again, no penalties here. Their first road victory of the season. Again, they're 0-3 away from the Warren confines of their home arena, which, like many in the WHL, change their names every 2 to 3 years. Puck now center ice. I guess it's a sponsorship deal. Moving back in on left wing. Zerwa with it. Trying to send it into the net. Came to the side. Bettinger down. He's doing the snow angel, and somehow that puck gravitated to underneath him. So he makes a save. It's his derriere. And made the save. Here's Martirena. Sharp angle shot. Bettinger the save. And the puck down low in the right corner. Picasso will try to clear Cat. Kept in blue line Riley. Then one here by Kelowna. And here's Sharp with it now. Cross ice feed. Moves that puck here to Gillespie. Right side center. Here for Longley. He'll deflect it in. And actually he did not gain the center ice red line. So goes all the way down the ice. And this will go for icing. The Everett Silvertips the defending Western Conference champs. Off the draw and skates to the right of Bettinger. Picked up by Kelowna, and here they come down to center. Left wing Bakash sends it in. Nice left pad save made by the Seattle goaltender. Again, he's been really good in the hockey game tonight. Blue line, here's Henderson. He'll take a shot high wide, maybe hit a stick. Longley will hurry to it in the corner. Longley, blue line, Corbet. Corbet a shot, left pad save made. Skolichka, and a one on left wing and sent to center. Beyond Henderson, a race for it back into the Rocket zone. And get it here by Holberton. He'll center the net. Blocked in front by Corbet. And Corbet has it now. Lead feed right side center. Pankratz out of his reach. Probably the most noticeable Rocket, in my opinion, tonight has been Nate Corbet. He's been around the puck a lot. He's defended well. And again, had the Rockets' most shots on goal coming into the third period. He's played well tonight. Again, he's a 19-year-old D-man. Former Medicine Hat Tiger. Acquired from the Tigers last year. Icing call here in Seattle, so the play has been blown dead. Because I was wondering last year, how many times were they shut out on home ice? And in fact, it was only twice. Face off the left again of the Seattle Thunderbird net. Off the draw, one by Kelowna. Here's Leslie, right point. Sends to the net, blocked. Kowalik is in there. The former Rocket, now T-Bird defender. He takes down Paulentine deep in the zone. Paulentine gets it back on his stick. He'll send to the blue line for Leslie. He'll take a shot, and a stick save made. Remains in the corner. And he'll gather up here by the Rockets. Hiroki for Paulentine. He tried to dump it out in front. Actually negotiated here by Watch to the blue line. And here's Gast, right point Leslie. Shot blocked. Another shot, Leslie way wide. Far side, it'll be Gast. He'll keep it in, and he'll knife it back behind the net. Kuzma's in there trying to get away from Hiroki, who takes down Kuzma. And a penalty coming up here to Hiroki. And we're going to Seattle Thunderbird power play. We're going to see the T-Birds go to the man advantage for the fans don't like the call. Boo Birds are out tonight. And it's going to be their third chance of the game here for the T-Birds. Hiroki points to the video monitor, the big video screen here at Prospero Place, the brand new scoreboard. But the officiating staff will not look at the scoreboard, the video monitor. Hiroki thought it was a drive. That it was a dive. Kuzma did his best Vladdy Guerrero dive to home plate. One here by Seattle. Picked up here by Riley. He'll feed up here to Martirana. Down low. Here's a shove angle shot. And from England. And a nice save made by Bettinger. I really like Brock England tonight. Here's Riley. Blue line. Martirana. He'll try to send to the right corner, but it hit a Rocket stick. And again goes over the glass and out of play. To the delight of the Kelowna Rockets. Anytime you can see a BC divisional cousin lose. Right corner done. Blue line Riley. Left hand shot. He'll fade off here. Martirana. Side. England. Whiffed on the attempt. It goes back by the net. Left corner Bakash. And wall done. Done behind the net. Done. Waiting. Holding. Near side Bakash. Wearing sweater number 88 here for Seattle. Blue line for Riley. Riley looks in. He'll load. He'll fire. Shot hit a body wide. Martirana right corner. Blue line again. It's Riley. Side. England. England trying to send to the net. Knocked away by diving Leslie. England again behind the net. Here's Dunn. Dunn near side. Bakash. Bakash with it. Left face-off circle. He'll go back to Martirana. Right face-off. Dunn. He'll score! Rips it home. He beats Bettinger to the glove hand side. And the T-Birds have a power play goal and a 2-0 lead. Antonio Martirana, that'll be his third goal of the season. And it'll be his third power play goal. And so he's had success with the man advantage. And the T-Birds, at only their third power play chance of the game, light the lamp and have a 2-0 lead here with 16:18 remaining in the third period. And it's a nice shot again coming from Martirana, who has somewhat of a same body type, in my opinion, as Braden Coots. And if Martirana can turn into a player like Coots, Seattle would have something there.
A power play goal scored by number 89, Antonio Martirana. Assisted by number 88, Matej Bakash, and by number 9, Coster Dunn. Time of the goal, 3:42. Seattle goal scored by Martirana from Bakash and Dunn. A power play goal at 3:42.
And so the Rockets have some work ahead of them, but again, a lot of time left to go, but clearly they need the next one. As Captain Obvious would say, puck now sent to center, gathered up here by Kowalik. He'll fade to Rudolph, and he'll backhand it in. Here's Gillespie behind his own goal to the corner. Sharp feeds off here, close range for Bakash, knocked away. Here's Rudolph a steal high, and he takes a long range shot high wide. Martirano blue line just out of the reach of his man. Kowalik has it at center, and he'll wrist it back into the Rocket zone, but he sends it right into the netting. And so again, the play has been blown down. Number blue line. Won by Colonnes. Longley. Now for Corbet. He'll gain the red and he'll poke it in right corner. And there's Caden Longley in the forecheck. He'll move it out of a cash out of his reach. Pinching is Corbet. Behind the goal, Longley. Longley lost it. Kuzma got it. Kuzma trying to move it up the near side board, but not cleared. Henderson, he'll pinch. Right corner. Behind the goal now for Benson. Benson blanketed by Davidson. Davidson, nice defensive play. Kuzma back behind the goal. Trying to move away from a check. Gets it on right wing for Rudolph. Rudolph gets it out to center. Here's Henderson with it now right at his own line. He's forced back behind his own goal. Gets away from Martirana. Moves the puck left wing Corbet. Left side center Bakash. Picked up here at the T-Bird blue line. And a move the other way. Crerin with it. Dumps it in. Rare shift for him back on D. Wearing sweater number 29. Rockets get in their own zone and flirt all the way down the ice. Here's Riley back in his own zone. Pass on left wing to Cash. He accepted right at the Rocket blue, but the play blown dead on the offside. 14:29 left to go here in the third period. 32 saves in the win. Shot blue line that from Guest wide of the target. Near side, it's collected by Wetch. Jams it right corner. Hiroki's in there, as is Paulentine. And now won by Guest, far side wall. Gets it a Wetch to the blue. He'll kind of walk the line. Wrist shot fanned on it, then gets it back. He'll load and fire. Had a glove hand save made. Skolinicka did a great job to make that stop. Skolinicka did a nice job to again just get a piece of it. Here's Engelland the other way on left wing with a wrist shot high wide. Leslie maybe got a piece of that on that entry attempt. And a one on left wing by Paulentine. He'll send it right to the Rocket bench, and the play has again been whistled down. We got a timeout on the ice. We'll take one here. 13:54 remaining in the third. 2-0 Seattle. Not a lot in tight. Again, give the T-Bird goaltender credit when called upon. But again, Kelowna's got to get Gracie. Pulls from right wing, enters the zone, takes back by the goal. Wrap around chance. And it came on the other side. Right point, Gillespie. Knocks it back by the goal out of the reach of Keurig. And now gathered by Sharp, centering feed knocked away. Blue line, Gillespie's shot blocked. Hit another shin pad. Boy, give Seattle credit for getting into shooting lanes. Here's Martirana now the other way. Skates in on left wing. He'll charge the net. The shot and the save by Bettinger. He's going to hang on. Nice save. He got a piece of that puck, maybe with his blocker. Martirana had a step on the Rocket D. Skated in, and he did cut towards the net, vying for his second of the game. And Bettinger did a nice job to cut across. Sanders have elevated. I'm not sure if, I don't pick the Stars here tonight, but if I was in a 2-0 game, I think both goaltenders deserve a pat on the back. Puck sent back inside the Seattle zone, inboard. Good job of the Rockets to get it. Varga will try to flush it back to Corbet, knocked away. And here they come down to center. Kuzma gets away from Corbet, skates in to the side. Engelland can't get a shot away. He had the puck in his blade, trying to take a drive, but he kind of whiffed on the attempt. Engelland has done a lot of good things here tonight. And boy, he could have looked like a brilliant player had he been able to finish there. Again, he's young. He's a young gun, is Engelland. And man, he has stood out tonight. Puck to center ice right wing. And here's Kanju Goisik. He'll backhand it deep inside T-Bird territory. Davidson for Carter Kowalik, who can't get away from Kanju Goisik. Goisik tries to work the wall, but Larocque is there. Larocque will try to send to center. Lane feed for Bakash. He'll try to hurry on left wing. Moves it back into the Rocket zone. Can't get away from Guest, who moves it quickly to Wetch. Touch pass here for Kanju, and he'll move the other way. Kanju tries to move back inside the T-Bird zone. Cat, Larocque steal. He'll gain the red line, and he'll dump it in. Again, Larocque is only 16 years of age. Some nice young talent on both teams. Here's Leslie in his own line. A pass on left wing. And there comes Paulentine to move back in. Paulentine down low. Forced out it by Hartman. Paulentine falls down on the puck. He has it now between his knees. Came loose in a race for in the right corner. Leslie will pinch. He throws body and gets it near side. Wetch. He'll send to the net. Flirted wide. Kept in by Gillespie, the left point. Knocks it to Hiroki Goisik. Goisik on the backhand to the corner here for Paulentine. Paulentine had it chopped off his blade, but Cash is in there. Again for Seattle. Came to blue line, kept in by Gillespie. And he'll knock it to the corner. Hartman collides here with a forward-checking wedge. And now picked up by Seattle. They'll send to center. And there's Gillespie trying to work back in his own end with it. Shields away a check. Martirana. Right wing Hiroki Goisek. Another penalty coming up on the play here. Cumby taking body on Paulentine. And Cumby's going to sit for 2. It's going to be called a charge. And the Kelowna Rockets go back to the man advantage for what the WHL website says is the 5th time in the game. They're 0 for 4 with a man advantage. Fulstrom in the middle. Calder Varga on the left side. Kanju Goisek on right wing. All 17-year-olds 1 season ago. Actually, all 16-year-olds 1 season ago. All 17-year-olds this year. Off the draw, T-Bird sent it all the way down the ice. Power play brought to you by Bargood Cabinets, helping the Okanagan save on cabinets one slap shot of savings at a time. Here's Varga to zone line. Moves it down through the middle. Moves it in. Right side board here for Owen Fulstrom. And he'll skate in. Angle shot. Right pad save made. Skolnica, good stop there, and then sent all the way down the ice here by Seattle. Oh, we get another penalty here upended is Varga. He was going to the Rocket bench. And I don't know who the guilty party is, but there was a line change, and Varga was upended right at the center ice red line as he was making his way towards the Kelowna Rocket bench. That's a bad penalty to take here if you're a T-Bird. It's a cross check. Going to the box here will be Egeland. As the Rockets have a 5-on-3. 5-on-3 for 1:27. Great chance here to make it a 1-goal game. But again, will not play here tonight. We'll see if he plays at Penticton tomorrow. Hayden Papanicus also not playing for Kelowna. He remains sidelined due to mono the illness that he suffered. That would have been at the Montreal Canadiens training camp and hasn't played since. Off the draw to the right of the T-Bird net, won by Kelowna. It's a 5-on-3 chance. Now you have to score. Bottom line. Here's a shot. Leslie a drive. And the left face-off circle save made by the goaltender. And a one by Kelowna again. Here's Leslie with it. Leslie, right face-off dot. Paulentine, left dot, Sharp. Side, Hiroki. Back here again for Will Sharp. Gets that puck here to Paulentine. Then for Leslie. He'll just leave it here for Sharp. Sharp looks in, waiting and holding. 5-on-3 chance for Paulentine down low. Paulentine in the right corner. Left out with Leslie on a one-timer. Whiffed on the attempt. Race for the corner. Won by Hiroki. Blue line again. Paulentine, a shot on the feet from Leslie. Blocked. Came the blue line. Sharp kept it in. He'll feed up here to Leslie. One-time shot, and he drilled it wide. Came off the inboard. Collected again by Paulentine. He'll feed up here to Leslie. Leslie waiting, holding, shooting. Score! First goal where Kelowna Rocket colors. Leslie with a laser beam. It's a power play goal. And the Kelowna Rockets have made it a 1-goal game. This came on a 5-on-3. Leslie, one of the best offensive defensemen in the WHL 1 season ago at 19 as a member of the Vancouver Giants. And making an impact here, wearing the colors of the Kelowna Rockets. Again, his wrist shot beat the goaltender to the blocker's side. And it's a 1-goal game here. 9:35 remaining in the third. That was a must score. And the Rockets, courtesy of Leslie, got it.
Scoring his first of the year, number 4, Masden Leslie. Assisted by number 10, Tomasz Paulentine. And by number 19, Will Sharp. Down to the goal, 10:25.
Here's Weck skating in, but he can't get away from Cumby. Rockets remain on a power play here for another 30 seconds, but the T-Birds have the puck, and they'll dump it all the way down the ice. 8:57 remaining here in the third period of play. And the puck now to center ice. 1-goal game. Weck on right wing. Cross ice feed. Whoa, hit a stick. And goes right into the T-Bird bench. Carried a 1-0 lead into the third period. And now we're in for a great finish tonight. Draw to the left of the T-Bird goal. Rockets will send out Fulstrom to win the faceoff. Blue line, long range, high shot. Henderson wide. The left corner gathered up here by Fulstrom. Varga out here along with Benson. We call it the KLO line. Y, Calder, Levi, Owen, KLO. Get it? Got it. Here comes Benson back in. Cross ice feed. Varga knocked away. Varga got it back in his stick. Take it off his blade. It came to center. And now Varga gives another try. Nice play for Folstrom. Right face of circle shot. Save made. Skolika did a good job to get a piece of that attempt. Goes back on the goal to the near side. Collected Henderson. Takes a drive and a stick save made. Goes back behind the goal. Gathered here by Benson. Benson buzzing, working hard. Hits it now to Varga in the corner. Varga skating with it. Rotates, sends it in. Hit a shin pad. Remains in the corner. Halberton takes body here on the Rockets defenseman Leslie. Rockets playing with a little more urgency late in the game, trying to find the equalizing goal. Calder Varga standing his ground at the left point. He's dead tired, so he goes for a line change. Puck won by Seattle behind the net up the near side, and collected here by Rudolph. Can't clear. Kept alive here by Rowan Guest. He tried to center the corner, intercepted by Kuzma, and he'll just flare it to center. Puck back inside Seattle territory. Kowalik takes back behind the net on the right side. Now for Larocque on right wing. He'll try to jam it away. Can't get away here from Gast, who does a good job of pinching. Came loose off the left wall. Pass that from Carrick went wide. Remains in the right corner. And here's Leslie. Sends to the net. Oh, deflected wide. May have hit the goalie. Remains in the corner. Kanju. Blue line. Gast at the left point. Right point Leslie. Cross ice feed for Kanju. He'll try to backhand it towards the goal, but negated by Davidson, who moves it out to Larocque. Larocque will stab at it and gets some help from Kuzma. Puck came to center. Here's Larocque with it now. Whoa! Hit hard on the play by Leslie as Larocque right in front of the Kelowna Rocket bench. Here comes Kanju on right wing. Enters the zone. Wiggles and waggles. High slot wrist shot blocked. Riley did a good job to get into a shooting lane. Oh, T-Birds have numbers the other way. Potential 3-on-1. Cumby back in. Waiting. Wristing it in. And Bettinger the save. He's going to hang on. He kept his body tight to the near post to make the save. And we've got a timeout here. 6:25 remaining in period number 3. Are you entertained? Cumby a shot from the left point and midsection save made by Bettinger. He's going to hang on. Again, the shots right now, Rockets with 32 and Seattle with 30. Anybody's hockey game tonight. Boy, Leslie, a real nice hit on Larocque as we take a look at the video monitor. Nice contact initiated in what we like to call the neutral zone. There's Paulantine on left wing now for Kelowna. He'll move the other way. Takes it to center. Right across the Rocket logo. Moves it in. Here's Hiroki backhand. And a save. Rebound was there. Rockets, though, couldn't get to the secondary chance. Mays will take it out to center. He'll bring on left wing. Enters the zone. Goes wide on Sharp. Puts on the brakes. Mays works the wall. Sharp negates him. Pushes him against the near side board. Puck sitting loose. Paulantine and Wall gets it out to Henderson. Henderson back behind his own net. Moves it out to Paulantine. Paulantine at the right side. Goes back behind his own goal. Puts on the brakes. And now he'll just stand at attention behind his own net. 5:35 remaining. Again in the game. Lane feed Paulantine for Varga on side on left wing. Lost the puck though, the left dot. Won here by Folstrom with good energy. Corner, Varga. Varga with it. Goes back towards the blue line for Nate Corbet. Corbet now to the blue for Leslie. Side. Varga one-timer. He whiffed on the attempt. Goes back behind the goal. Is it Martiranic trying to move up the left side? It is. Gave up the puck though. Here's Folstrom a steal. He'll move it to the corner. Martiranic though gets it back. He'll move it back on the goal for Davidson. Davidson on the right side. He'll just jam it past the defenseman Corbet all the way down. And this will go for icing. 5:01 left to go here in the third. And again, Seattle with a slim 2-1 lead. 7% he was at the faceoff circle on Wednesday. Here tonight, by the way, Kelowna has won 26 faceoffs. Seattle has won 21. Puck down to center, race fourth there. And stabbed away. Nice job on left wing. Sending it deep inside the Rocket zone. There's Zerwa. And it goes back behind the Rocket net. Here's Rowan Guest. Moves the puck on right wing. And here they come out of center. Jackson Carrick, left-hand shot. Moves into the middle. Feeds off here. Leslie left out. Wrister. Did he try to pass it? Maybe on a backdoor play. Knocked away. And now here come the Birds with numbers the other way. Rudolph on right wing enters the zone. Waits. Holds. Wrist shot. Hit a stick of Rowan Guest wide. Kept in by Kowalik, left point. And he'll knock it back by the goal to the right corner. Here's Mazden Leslie as the T-Birds go for a line change. new or fresh legs out there right now. 4:19 remaining here, regulation time. And again, it's 2-1 Seattle. Puck to center. Wetch taken off at right the bird line. And sent back inside Rocket territory. Here's Henderson. Near wall. Now for Hiroki. He's away with speed. He'll move in on left wing. Looks. Takes a shot towards the net. Knocked away by Cumby. Alley-oops it to center. Tried to. Wetch does a good job to gallop to it. But as he tried to win the puck by grabbing it, I think they're going to call it on a gloving ahead. And so a face-off likely coming just outside. It's against the Penticton V's. The V's not in play tonight. I think they call that idle. The Rockets were idle for 10 days up until that game on Wednesday in Prince George. Puck now to center ice. Folstrom on right wing. He'll just lay it down low the right corner. And there's Kowalik with it there. Gets away from a check. Leaves it for Martirena. He'll try to move the puck on left wing. Sends to center. And gathered up here by Sharp across his delivery for Crabbe. Moves it in for Varga's shot. Had a nice glove hand save. Varga, tremendous chance to make it 2-2. Skolnichka again with a massive stop. Send to center near Sharp of the Rocket Blue. Backpedaling. Moves it now left wing. And there's Varga, the center ice area. He'll bring on right wing. Enters the zone. Feeds up here to his right to Longley. Longley gets back by the goal for Varga. Varga can't get away from Cumby. Goes back behind the net up the near side. Leslie, can he keep it in? Eglin got it free. He'll move the puck here to Holberton. He'll gain the red line. Snaps it in. Bettinger, the blocker save. Remains in the corner. Here's Mays. Powering his way back behind the Rocket net. To the blue line. Hartman. Moves the puck far side out of the reach of Holberton. England will engage on it there. Tied up. Leslie gets it. And he'll take back behind the Rocket goal. Let's re-rack. 2:30 remaining here in the third. 2-1 Seattle. Rockets headed back inside T-Bird territory. Race for it there in the left corner by Wetch. He'll backhand it right corner. Hiroki. Blue line Leslie. He'll center the net. Deflected wide. Paulantine is out here now. Looking for the equalizing goal. Here's Hiroki, the lamp point. Gets away from a check, works his way in. Ooh, can't get a shot away. Should have maybe moved that puck quicker. It snapped off his blade and came back out to center. Here's Sharp, Rocket blue line. Crosses his feet to Leslie. Back for Will Sharp. Sharp deep in his own zone here. Under 2 left to go in the hockey game. Seattle clings to a 2-1 lead. Here's Wetch on right wing, enters the zone, taken down. That by Riley. Nice defensive play. Fans may have looked for a penalty there, but I think just Riley with tremendous defensive coverage. Riley at the right side of his own goal. Moves the puck to Kuzma, knocked away. Here's a shot. Blue line. A long-range attempt from Will Sharp, and a glove hand save made by Skolnichka. And he is going to hang on. Again, 1:38 remaining in the hockey game. Look for the Rockets to pull the goaltender here momentarily. Look for the Rockets actually to call a timeout, and they will. Time. Okay, so the Rockets will pull the goalie. Here we go. Longley. Hiroki Goisick. Will Sharp, Masden, Leslie. Carson Wetch out here as well. Face off won by Clovis Longley. Blue line for Leslie. Leslie feeds off here to Will Sharp. Sharp with it now. Back to Leslie. Whoa! He just kept it in as he bobbled the puck momentarily. He'll gun it down over the right corner for Longley. Blue line for Leslie. Wrist shot hit a leg. Puck high in the air. Flanked down back on the goal by Longley, who gets away from Cumby. He'll try to send it here to Wetch. He tried to jam it home at the near post, and a save glove hand grab made by Skolnichka. And he is going to hang on here. 1:15 remaining again in regulation time as the Rockets look for the equalizing goal. The Rockets clearly will not be shut out here tonight, but their lone goal coming up the blade of Masden Leslie. The 10:25 mark in period number 3 was a power play goal. Tomasz Paulantine and Will Sharp picking up the assist on that goal. Off the faceoff in skates to the left of the Seattle Thunderbird net. Seattle gets it. Mays, he'll third all the way down the ice. Here's Martirena, steal deep right corner. Takes a wrist shot. It hit a post, and then Mays will dump it in to the windup and goal to make it a 3-1 game. And that will likely get it done here tonight as the T-Birds will take a 2-goal advantage with only 1:05 remaining in the hockey game. Again, Mays did a good job to just dump it all the way down the ice. And I think Martirana, yeah, he raced to a puck, and he almost got that puck essentially at the end red line in the right corner. Sent it towards the net. It actually popped off the post and then shimmied out in front. And again, the wide open cage there. And the puck bobbled off the blade of Leslie, goes right towards Mays, and he dumps it right into the open net to make it a 3-1 contest. Again, Kelowna with a good flurry here in the third period. Out shooting Seattle 14-9 right now. But again, Seattle will have to congratulate their goaltender at the end of the night, because he's the main reason why he really kept the Rockets off the board until the Leslie power play goal.
Last minute of play in the third period. Seattle goal, an empty net goal scored by number 14, Sauer Mays. Assist by number 89, Antonio Martorana. Time of the goal, 18:55.
And the puck back from the Rocket net. Here's Corbet with it now to center. Falstrom on left wing. Gets it right side center. Henderson. He'll move in. Waiting and holding as a Dell on the right corner. Hit by Kowalik. Centering feed. And knocked away. Chopped out of harm's way. Right wing. T-Birds get it to center, and there's McCash on left wing. Moves back in, left face of Dodd. Here's the wrister high wide of the goal. And now we get a flare it back on the play. Corbet. And is it Comby? Yeah, it is. Comby and Corbet as they try to grapple right at the Rocket blue line. And maybe 2 punches thrown. Or was it Comby? Yeah, it was number 3. Yeah, that's right. And so that's going to do it for that tilt between those two. Inside the Kelowna Rocket blue line. Again, you want to join us in the post-game show tonight. We're going to hear from Kelowna Rocket associate coach Don Hay. Should mention that this season we have our minor hockey player brought to you by Canco Petroleum. Fueling hockey's future. Canco gas and one-stop convenience. Yes, you Canco. Minor hockey player of the week. Oh, now we got a fight coming far side board as the plexiglass actually coming ajar in the left corner. And now we get a fight revolving around. I think Hartman is the T-Bird. Is it Gerwing for Kelowna? Again, this is happening to the far side inside the Seattle zone. The linesman coming to separate those two. And so that is technically our third fight of the hockey game. The Bettinger off the draw, one here by LaRock, remains loose, came free. The Rockets, whoa, will whistle it right on the Kelowna bench. I think it may have been Gehrig to send it right to the Rocket bench and to the left of Bettinger. 5 seconds left in the game. LaRock and Gehrig off the draw, one by Gehrig. He'll get to the corner and he'll take it back behind the goal by Rowan Gaston. Time will expire. The Seattle Thunderbirds come into the Kelowna Rockets building tonight and record a 3-1 win. The key story for Seattle, they opened up the scoring and they actually closed out the scoring. It was the empty net goal at 18:55 of the third period from Sawyer Mays that allows the Seattle Thunderbirds to skate away with a 2-goal victory. For the T-Birds here tonight, Marek Skolichka, very good in goal. Czechia netminder, 17 years of age, absolutely tremendous, best player on the ice. He's the key in the T-Bird winning for the first time this season on opposition ice.